Hi everybody. Am I loud and clear? Welcome back for another live stream. So you can see there's a lot of upgrades done to my live stream. We have a lot of extra extra stuff going on my screen right now, okay? So those who are here, well, how about I'll just like talk about it later. I'll wait for more people to come in before I explain what's that above the top of my screen. Alright, so today is there's not much content, right? We're just gonna do like a bit of a chill live stream, maybe some Q&A while I do my guild event. Right, so how many of you have gotten all the ice cream for the guild event already? Right, so apparently for me, this last piece this last ice cream is not dropping for me. Alright, so I tried it for a lot of time already. This Paimon ice cream have not dropped. I keep getting the jackpot for some reason, but that's not what I really want actually. So yeah, I just need that one ice cream to complete the collection. Completed all yesterday. Wow. I wasn't playing much guild event yesterday. Wait, today's the first day, right? Yeah, so I think pretty much those people who actually like really restore stamina and play the guild event, most of them should be able to get all the guild event ice cream within the first day, right? The rest is just grinding for that soy pudding stage. Right, so the soy pudding stage, if you guys have actually tried it already, you have to play 8 guild event runs before it becomes available for one time. Right, you do that. The first run gives you a skill 8 soy pudding. Then the subsequent 8 runs before you attempt the soy pudding stage again, it gives you a skill 1 soy pudding. Right, so basically that is actually quite a lot. It's actually stamina consuming, right? So I'm not sure whether I'm gonna farm it or not, but it seems really good for certain cards that auto generate like human runes, right? For example, like Arya. So it's kind of like a good card to put with Arya, but then the thing is Arya is quite tied down with Enchantress and all this, so yeah, overall I'm just not a fan of Arya. Yeah, so if you guys want to farm soy pudding, probably you can go for it. But for me, I'll probably will just harpy it when I need to use the soy pudding card. Right, so let's see who's here. Hi Nettie, Genkai, Ricefield. Hi, welcome to the stream. CSD Jackie, 1600 stamina. Yeah, that's right. That's a lot, right? Considering like I have 192, right? I'm sure players lower than me have lesser stamina, right? So they're gonna burn more diamonds. Hi Alice, welcome to the stream. Would there be any explanation about the migration? Can you give a step-by-step guide for both Enjoy and TOS? I think the official Medhit, they will actually have a guide, because I'm not sure about the entire migration thing. Like if they just gave out the news today, so in which I kind of like foresee it already, because back last year in fact, like today's like exactly 1 year today. 1 year ago was the Malaysia TOS fan meeting, right? Last year, I spoke to Terry, and then he said he had intention about doing this. Right, so back then it was about merging the two servers because they want to, but now they are kind of being forced to because of the Google Store or the Apple Store App Store policy, right? Of having duplicate apps running. So technically, what happened is they have the Chinese TOS and then the English TOS. So in Apple App Store view, they're kind of seeing it as a duplicate app, right? Which is the same game but just different language, right? So they kind of like want kind of force Medhit to make a single app instead of running 2 different apps. So which is why there is this entire migration and this whole merging of server thing. So if the migration happen, what do you think will happen to the Chinese and English players that have both accounts bound to the same Facebook account? Oh, that's gonna be quite tricky. That's for Madhead to solve really. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't have a Chinese account. I do have a Chinese account, but it's not binded. Right? So which means that if I uninstall the app, there goes my account. So this one you have to ask Madhead about it. Right? They do have a Q&A session. A Q&A, like a link or something, so they will reply you from that. So I think for me, what concerns me the most is the clash of the UIDs. Right, so for example, like my UID, right, 4766017. So over at Chinese server, there's definitely someone with the same UID as me. Right, so if I were to migrate over, so who's gonna take the original UID, right? So there's gonna be two scenarios. Number one, they're gonna reassign UIDs for English server, because that makes the most sense, because English server is have lesser players compared to Chinese server. So it's only logical they give new UIDs to English players instead of the Chinese players, right? And after all, we are the one migrating over to their server instead of the other way around. So that is something that I'm not a fan of. Right, I love my UID. I don't want them to reassign me another UID. So if they do that, I'm gonna be quite pissed. And yeah. Second way to do it is to, like, for example, if you want to add someone as friend, right? For example, let's take it an example that the server have already merged. Right? So if you want to search ID or you want to add someone as friend, right? So when you come to this page, right, you can maybe type like 4766017, like my UID, right? But after that, they give you an option to select English or Chinese, like EN or ZH, right? So that's gonna, depending on EN or ZH, they will pop out two different player or two different accounts, right? So that's how they might do it to counter that UID duplication, right? So yeah, like as what Salty Nyan Nyan said, they can add C or E or just EN or ZH just to make things a lot clearer, right? So yeah, but I think in general, a lot of people are not happy about it is because of like Arena, right? So if you're as what Ricefield is mentioned just now, most players are worried about Arena. Main income for most free-to-play players, right? Like for English servers, there's not much players. So honestly, for me, I don't play Arena every day. So at the end of the week, I still get Legend, right? So in fact, I have not collected my Arena, right? So you can see I played Arena till Friday. So I've missed Saturday, I've missed Sunday, I missed 2 days worth of Arena, and I am still in Legend, right? Which still backs me like 8 diamonds, right? So for me, it doesn't really matter because I'm only there for the Harpy. I don't really care about the diamonds. So as long as I hit Legend, I do get my Harpy. 6 diamonds, alright? So that's still okay. Right, but if you were to play Arena every day, you're bound to hit maybe King if you play properly, right? But Legend nonetheless still backs you like 8 diamonds. So that's for free to play players, that's actually quite a lot of diamonds as well. Right, if you guys are actually farming bi-weekly cards or farming ultimate stage cards, or even taking the diamond to draw some cards for yourself. Okay, so CST Jackie said that asked someone about it on the post. Madhead answered it already, stating all players will change to GMT plus 8. Oh, this means that kind of like RIP for most, even players like me that wants to like post videos early. So I kind of think that this is just they kind of like make it fair to all live streamers, because like some people are like trying to beat the clock, try to push videos out early. So for me, I've set my ultimate stage timing at 8 PM previously, right? So I have the stage 2 hours earlier than normal players. So this give me that 2 hours to try the stage, record the stage, edit the stage, upload the stage for you guys before I hit 10. So before 10, you guys can watch the video, and then after that, after that you kind of like get the gist of it, and after that you go and attempt the stage yourself. Right, so if they were to kind of change everybody's time zone to the same, which means that I get the stage the same time as you, which means that most players are probably gonna wait for like videos to be uploaded, right? Which means that there's gonna be a loss of maybe 3-4 hours of ultimate stage farming time, right? So unless like the person is streaming and MedHead gives like a test account to test in advance, right? So that's a different story. But then, yep, I don't think we're allowed to record on that anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing my guild event, right? Because apparently one ice cream refused to drop, so I will have to kind of like hunt it now. There are many Americans in CSD, cross guarded. Okay, so they're affected heavily. Yeah, that's like one of the downsides, right, of the entire migration thing. Yeah, and GMT plus 8 for them is gonna be pretty horrible, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be damn horrible for them. That means that they are gonna get like the ultimate stage like early in the morning or something, right? I'm not very sure about the time zone thing. Yeah, but they're gonna get it in a very awkward hour. Alright, so keep those questions coming in. So you can see that I do have a bit of upgrade on my stream right here. Right, so you can see on top of the comment section we have like the donation bar. There's like a kind of like a gold thing, right, to upgrade whatever streaming gears I have. So that's just an extra, right? So you can see above me I have a HP bar, right, which is my HP, right? So when people subscribe or when people donate, it kind of like chip off my HP, right? So so whoever that deals the killing blow, right, will have their name replaced, right? So they will take over the HP bar. So they kind of become like the stream, the boss of the stream. And then of course, right on top left is gonna be those that have donated to the channel before. USA time is slower than us, like 12 hours. The SM open at 10 AM. Yeah, so we do have like a official streamer, Feline Ghetto, which is at based in I have the rare ice cream again. That's not what I want. Okay. Yep, which means that he's gonna have some trouble doing official live stream in the future, right? Australia player have to wake up during 12 midnight 2 AM for SM. I mean, obviously you can go and sleep first, right? Then the next morning then try the SM, unless you're really recording the stage and or whatever. I don't see a must to like attempt the stage at 2 AM in the morning. I mean, like go to bed, right? Like if I were to stay in Australia, I'll probably just wake up in the morning and just play the stage. And another thing is you wouldn't want to rage at night, right? Like imagine playing that Pangu Nightmare stage at 2 AM. I swear you won't be able to sleep. Oh, drop that Jade Rabbit. Nice, okay. For Pangu Nightmare stage, right, I literally just like kind of just gave up and went to sleep immediately. Which is why like I didn't upload until quite late. Totally didn't bother. Like Pangu was such a niche stage, right, that I think it will kind of piss most players off if they don't have like team. Would have loved it if Madhead do something about Arena. It's just so boring. Okay, what kind of improvement do you want in Arena? Because I can't really see in what aspect can it improve Arena on. Pangu's still okay, it's just that it's restricted. Yeah, I mean, like, even with the restricted team, right, most players are probably clearing it with Siwangmu or Thor. Right? These two teams are basically the clearing teams, right? Then if you want to clear it fast. So, and then it's not exactly a very safe team. You still need some sort of like concentration to play that stage, right? It's not like Battle 1, you can kind of like play in the train is shaking and you can just spin like that. No, you will die, right? So like stages like that, right? Especially when it's like 10 battles. 10 battles is really crazy if you really want to farm it. Like for me, I fed my Pangu with baby harpies to skill 8. Then I farmed 5 Pangu, fed it to the skill 8 one. Only jump 1 level, so 8 to 9. Then after that I'm like, okay, 6 harpies, there you go. And then I'm done. Like if there's more challenging stages instead of annoying defense setup. Actually, it kind of like alright, so the thing about Arena is just to kind of piss people off, right? Like most players don't really know how to make a proper Arena setup that will like kind of trap people, right, within their arena. So one example is one thing that I love to do about my arena. So those of you who have encountered my arena before, you will feel it, right? Like I'll do something like cannot dissolve dark runes for 1 round, and then after that I will put convert a random rune to dark, and then cannot dissolve dark in first round. Right, so your whole board will be full of dark, and then you're probably screwed by then. So it's like just kind of sadistic. I got a rare piece again. Can I just have the normal the normal Paimon ice cream? Seriously? Hope no collab restricted stages. Collabs are gonna come very soon, I guess. So back then they had Arya, right? They had Arya before the Senseiya. So now they're gonna release this like Fire Beast black card if I'm not wrong, and then it's probably collab again. Siwangmu no time extension if you don't have Luna. That's true. That's why I think like Chris did like Siwangmu with Luna and Wukong with Dragonware. So Wukong's Dragonware add 1 second as well. So there's an additional 2 seconds spin time. Hi from Uncle Chong. If 2 accounts bind to one Facebook, you will have to ask Madhead about it, because honestly I don't have info regarding the migration, right? Like with the binding of Facebook account and all this. So we will have to wait for answers from Madhead side. They said collab on the 8 hit. Oh. Right, but what collab though? Because I've been foreseeing looking at the trend, looking at the trend of all the collabs, right? It seems like it's not it's gonna be a old school anime kind of thing again. Right? If you look at the very first collaboration, what did they have? I mean, look at like Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. All these are all old classic animes, right? Like I think 90s, 80s. I'm not sure about like when did all these anime come out, right? But I didn't, for sure, I have not watched all these anime. Is that Is that Paimon? Am I done? Yes! Okay. I am done. Right, so I'm just gonna continue farming for my soy pudding, I guess. Freaking soy pudding, I have only... Oh, this is the original copy. I only have 2. Okay. Right, so what was I saying? Right, the classic animes, right? So, I believe it's gonna be something like the 80s, the 90s, right? So forget about Sword Art Online. I don't think they're gonna be doing that anytime soon, right? But I'll be surprised if they do it. So expect animes from like the 90s or from the 80s, like from like what, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, Inuyasha might be a good one as well. But although I don't watch all these animes, but these are all potential collaboration animes. Good night, I am Taiwanese. Hi hi. 欢迎来到我的直播。JoJo collab. JoJo is JoJo a 90s anime? Yeah, Kerr will come back if it's Sailor Moon. That's for sure. She might even draw more than me because she has so much diamonds now. She have like what, 800 diamonds. So my opinion regarding the migration of the servers, right? Because for me it doesn't really affect me, right? In fact, it makes me happy because I can like cross add all the Chinese players on my friend list, like finally, right? So yeah, but the only thing is gonna be more competitive is like maybe like guild events, arena. Honestly, I don't give a shit about arena anymore. I used to play every day. Then I see myself hitting king rank and all this. Then I feel like, oh yes, 10 diamonds. But as time goes by, right, I just like I felt lazy and I didn't play arena anymore. GE and JO still the same. Yeah, but GE you have to hit it. You have to hit like a target. Like for me, I don't really play for the sake of like hitting top 100 guild or whatever. Right? Like for example, the reason why I'm playing this guild event right now is because I want to farm the soy pudding. But if there's no soy pudding to farm and soy pudding is found at like the end of the guild event as a reward, right? I would have stopped playing already because I've gotten all the pieces from the guild event. But Madhead wants to burn our diamonds, made soy pudding a farmable card. So I have no choice but to play guild event now. And for joint operations, I need to farm the joint operation card, right? Obviously. And then and it's a good source of getting harpies and all this, right? It's like one of the places that you can get like the most harpies, right? One joint operation can bag me about 5-6 harpies if I were to play it like properly. So yeah, these two events, right, is definitely a must play. Like Coliseum might be a waste of time. The tournament or duo is probably a waste of diamonds, right? Like how many of I just want to ask you guys as well. How many of you have gotten schedule from the tournament or duo? Because I think that's a big scam. Right, like a 10 draw should require you to burn 2 refills of spirits, right, which cost you 2 diamonds. And then all I get, it was Prime Soulstone, Heavy Metal Knight. Like what am I spending my diamonds on? So apparently no one got schedule. So like the shadow thing was a big scam lah. Alright, so let's how about I just Google here popular 90s anime. So this will be like the potential potential collaborations that we might have. So in the list 1998 we have Cowboy Bebop. I've never watched that. Neon Genesis. I'm gonna pronounce this wrongly. Evangelion. We have Gundam, okay, a lot of Gundam. Gundam. Pokemon, probably not. Sailor Moon. We have Digimon. We have Gundam again. Yup, that's like the 90s. 90s anime, popular animes. Alright, if Medhit release SAO collab, what will you do? As usual, I'll probably team cost increase. Finally, thank you. Hi Chen Hao, thanks for the subscription. Right, so you can see like one person subscribed, it kind of like chipped my HP, like just above me, chipped my HP by a bit. So like the more people subscribe, the more my HP bar will go down, and then then there will be somebody that will take over the HP bar, right? So you'll be the stream boss. So it's kind of like a mini game on my stream, right? So whatever lah, okay. It's just there for the fun of it. Okay, how about we take a look at 80s anime, right? So because 80s is Dragon Ball and Gundam as well, what the hell. Gundam is everywhere. Gundam started from when? When I go all the way to 1970s, there's still Gundam. Holy shit, man. "20 draw no shadow but one big bird." Oh, there's Harpy. I didn't know, which means that I didn't even get Harpy at all. That's great. Yes, there is a shadow in the draws for a tournament or duel, but honestly that's just bullshit lah. It's probably not. It's like a less than 1% thing, I think. Yeah, looking at it, I think Gundam has been around for very, very long. So if I scroll down to 1960s, I think Gundam is here as well. Okay, it's not here anymore. Okay, whatever. Oh shit. Okay, so if I were to fast forward, okay, let's say if Medhit decided to not go with like old school. Look at 2000. We have Code Geass, right? 20s anime. Code Geass. We have Full Metal Alchemist. We have Haruhi Suzumiya. No. No way, man. Okay, we have Bleach. We have Naruto. A lot of potential. A lot of potential for 20s. Code Geass, I will die Joe. I'm not really an anime person, so you can see that all the anime that I read, right, it's probably popular animes, but I've never watched it before. God knows. God Knows is actually a nice song. Like, I listen to the song even though I don't watch the show. Honestly, I want a re-collab from Monster Strike because they can probably PR Lucy, right? I would love to have PR Lucy. One Punch Man collab. One Punch Man collab is probably gonna be Saitama Jackpot, and then Genos, right? The other one is probably, I'm not sure. Then have the small Jackpot cards like the Mooman Rider and whatever. But then I also want to know your opinions about the migration. Right, so is it a yes for you guys or a no for you guys for the collaboration, for the migration, right? Of English server to the main Chinese server for TOS. From if you are not looking at like the free diamonds from Arena, right, like just scrap that part off. Is it a good or a bad thing? A lot of players might think it's a bad thing because like the server is might crash. Right? Like you can see like maybe like Xiaoxu Livestream all these, he tried to log into the game and then realized that the server is like overload. The server is overloaded, then he have to wait before he can get into the game and all this. So that's one big concern I have as well. So yeah. And I'm not quite sure how I should trust Madhead in transferring the data to one server to another server. Like if they were to do something that is gonna mess up or some sort of data loss, that's gonna be very tragic for the entire company. Like imagine people going over to the other side and then realize that they have some cards missing or have their level being like reduced or something. I have nothing to. I can't help them anymore already. That's like a big F for them. Massive yes for me. I want to compete leaderboards in SM. Go for it, man. I'm not really a leaderboard person, but yes, I think the Chinese side leaderboard is gonna be quite interesting. Actually, Madhead can do it in a way like a RPG. You get what I mean? So, yes, it's the same app, but when you log into the game, they ask you to choose English server or Chinese server. You know, like how you play MapleStory, there is like different servers. So they can kind of go that direction as well, but they want to merge it. Okay, so that's their choice. So, yeah. I had to give the MapleStory example because I don't really play any other MMO other than that. Time to multitask again. Because I saw Dolly's live, right? Actually, I'm quite curious. What are the Chinese streamers' thoughts about this merger thing, right? Like I have not seen any Chinese streamers commenting about it yet. Hi Sean, welcome to the stream. Did you happen to talk about the guild upon merging? Hong Cha, why don't you use 西王母 or to 速刷 this guild stage? Because 西王母, if you 西王母 is the same as Lucy, right? So which means that the first stage you still need to align something. You still need to dissolve something for you to have that auto generation. But for 武则天 you can just 武则天 is a better 速刷 team, I think. Right, for me, I prefer using 武则天. Right, like before 武则天 was out, I was using Daolof, right? 刀罗斯. I believe the MedHit staff are gonna work like overnight for this, because I think this data migration thing, right, was one of the big challenge that MedHit will face. Yeah. So last year, today is what, the 8th of July. Yeah, the 8th of July, right? So last year, the 8th of July, I was at Malaysia fan meeting, right? I spoke to Terry in person. So I was asking him like, what do you think is like one of the challenges, right, that they're going to face if they were to merge the two servers? Right, I asked him this. So he told me that they have plans to do that, but they are not sure how to do it, right? Because it is quite a challenging thing. Number one, the data migration thing, right? So from one server to another server is it's a challenge, right? To hold everybody's data and hoping that things don't get lost along the way, right? So that's actually very important to them, to us as well. And then another one is the UID problem, right? In which they have not addressed yet. So your UID, basically there's going to be another version of you in the Chinese server, right? Your UID. So how are they going to do it? I don't know. They have not talked about it. Had a chat with Dolly's fan in the Discord. She have a Discord. Holy shit. Oh, I'm just hoping MedHit doesn't screw up. We can only cross our fingers, right? We can't do anything about it. If they screw up like a big oopsie, I don't think any sort of compensation is gonna help, man. And then if there's this bilingual version of TOS, right, I might change my version. I mean, I might change my language to Chinese. Probably like learn like the Chinese version of the card names. You know, to kind of like get in touch with the Chinese side of TOS. I'll probably not do very well, but I'll just learn along the way, right? More like a server for her fans to receive first-hand notifications, since she'll be chatting inside also. Right, so it's something like my Telegram group. It's just that no chatting, it's just basically receiving news from my site. But I am in the general TOS Discord group, right? So if you guys are actually inside, you'll realize that there's an Aaron in the group, and that's me, right? So anything you can kind of like PM me there as well, right? But only for appropriate stuff. But I'm pretty sure her Discord is gonna be like in Chinese and stuff, right? Probably gonna take me like 30 seconds to decode one sentence. Xiaoxi's live, 天堂 M. He's not even playing TOS. And if I'm not wrong, I think that Cassandra's outfit is gonna be out this week, right? Like finally. Is it? Or is it next week? Why is my mic so soft? No one said anything about my mic. They say that it's quite loud and clear. It's loud and clear. What? Is your speaker? Is it? Newbies coming. Do you think it will be more OP than Ingzhen or same as Arya? Huh. Honestly, I don't think there's gonna be any card that's gonna be close to Ingzhen. I believe that Madhead is regretting on Ingzhen right now because, like, if you realize that recent events, they are kind of like banning Ingzhen. You have never seen Madhead ban a card before, so which means that they kind of like overdid it already. Even if back then when it was the Michael Lucifer meta, where everything was Michael Lucifer, like Apollo Michael Lucifer, Thor Michael Lucifer, Inanna Michael Lucifer, right? Everybody was saying Michael Lucifer was OP. But oh? Summer birthday UID giveaway. Summer. Oh, okay. So yeah, they kind of overdid Ingzhen already. So Ingzhen, yes, Ingzhen is a big oopsie for Madhead, definitely. Right, then players are complaining about it being too OP, and then when cards are too shit, then they complain it's too shit. Like, come on. So I believe the new beast is gonna be like I just hope that it's gonna be within the power of Atlantis when it first came out. Like, it was good, but it's not super OP. Right, like you can use him in certain stages, right? Alright, so we can take a look at the beast characteristics, right? So with metas nowadays, I believe they should have at least a HP buff. A base multiplier should be at least 6, right? So okay, I can't confirm about the HP boost because Arya didn't have a HP boost. So, but overall, I think that if it's gonna be a pure beast playstyle, right, which means that it's probably gonna overtake Master Captives in terms of damage output, right? So you can kind of picture pumping in mellow and ghosty kind of damage, right? It will hit like the billion range, right? So you can kind of estimate that this new beast card is going to be around that level, right, without much active skill activated. So yeah, I mean, if it's a beast playstyle, right, and it's a beast, right, we are just speculating it's a beast, but I will laugh my ass off if it's not. Probably like introduce you a fire demon or something. This new series is also an oopsie, but it's a oopsie on the other direction, which is not it, which is the worst, the not so good oopsie, right? Like, it's worse than 8 Xian. Like I complained that 8 Xian was bad. This primal deities is even worse. So I think we have almost come to the end of the Primal Deity series already, right? Which means that they came out with the Ultimate stage, they came out with the Nightmare stage, right? And all these cards are supposed to buff Primal Deities, right? But did they really buff the team? I don't think so. I felt that they are still in the same place. The damage is not good at all. Right? So even like Newbie, the 1% card, right, didn't even manage to 0 diamond clear its own nightmare stage. That is kind of supposed to be meant for the series itself. Right, so it's actually C Wang Mu clearing it, so it was quite stupid. Yeah, and then about that extra combo thing, right, I find that it's super underwhelming for a ultimate stage. Ultimate stage for a card itself, right? So, for example, you can see Abraham or Greek Gods have it as a passive, right? So if you were to use it as an active skill, like how attractive can it be? Hi, welcome to the stream. The CM point system is very meh. It's not only meh, it's very meh. Alright, so 2 CM points is being reduced upon getting hit by the enemy, right? So imagine if we were to turn back time to the Yu Yu Hakusho series, Yu Yu Hakusho collaboration, right? So imagine at that point of time, Primal Deities were around. You bring in Primal Deities to fight younger Toguro. Upon reaching younger Toguro, how many times younger Toguro initial attack you? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then broken tiles, right? How much same points you're left with? 2. Critical. You can't even launch your critical your critical hit anymore. Alright, then for Fallen Halos, before power release, it was Satan, Chesia, Abraham. So after power release, it is Abraham, Satan, Chesia. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe Chesia's better than Satan because of Fire Yen and the Fire Yen Refine and Divergent. But Abraham is definitely big comeback for Abraham. I'm quite happy. I'm quite satisfied with Abraham. So when I first saw the info for Abraham, right, obtain the heart cracking skill, I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be super OP, right? Like, because initially Abraham is supposed to be a different kind of gameplay compared to Chesia and Satan, right? For him, he have this extra combo, which is his play style, right? But now Madhead kind of make the heart cracking skill the characteristics for Fallen Halo, which means that Abraham got an extra skill on top of his extra combo, so he can legit be a overheal team. Right, like imagine if you were to use some increase in recovery kind of card, recovery boost card, alright, and then after that you bring that Orochi. Is it Orochi from King of Fighters? Right, then it gives you that big chunk of water rune. I can imagine that the recovery can go up to 1 million or a few million, you know. Hi Raizen, welcome to the stream. You're watching this on TV, isn't that too big of a screen to watch a TOS live stream? You didn't really miss anything because today is just a chill chit chatting live stream session, Q&A session, right? So nothing new today. Right? We're just discussing about the migration of the English server into the Chinese server, and some other random stuff. Right, so do you think that Knight of Round Table will all have cracked main rune? I doubt so, because the thing about Knight of Round Tables, right, is that not the 3 rare cards are not leader cards. Not all of them, okay? Only Arthur. So we have Lancelot, which is still good now. If Lancelot get a PR, which means that Ying Zhen gets a buff again. So yeah, and then we have Merlin, which is super non-existent now, right? Which is same as Abraham back then, right? So Abraham was the super underwhelming one, which disappears after that, right? So maybe Merlin will become like the best, will become the 1% card after power release. Who knows? I think this guild card can put into Guan Yu if Guan Yu upgrade. Okay, yes. That's provided if Guan Yu have like passive human rune drop or auto convert human runes. But that's gonna be too similar to Arya. Yeah, but if Guan Yu team after PR gets human runes, right, and can generate human runes consistently, right? Yes, definitely can put in this soy pudding card, right? But don't forget that Guan Yu is kind of tied down with Liu Bei and Zhang Fei, right? So, and the thing is, Zhang Fei is a SM card, I mean ultimate stage card, so they might release a terror stage, I don't know, just to power release Zhang Fei also. We'll see what Mei will do, right? So next in line is already Three Kingdoms, or the Warlord series, which is Guan Yu. So yeah, we don't have to wait very long for that actually. Pangu is here for Amaterasu PR. I have 4 skill 1 Pangu in my inventory, just on standby in case this kind of funny meta comes out. Can use Grey and Juvia combo for massive recovery. Yeah, that's true. What am I doing now? It's the guild event. Can't you recognize the background? How many Pangu I have? I have 1 that is maxed out, skill max level, and then I have another 4, which is at level 1 skill 1, right? Which is just there, just in case, right? So if I were to have, maybe if I want to play 2 Pangu, then I'll have to power release one of I'll have to harpy one of it. Well, you guys are really testing my Chinese, huh? Ling Po Guo. What's that? Assuming that's Yasser. Arthur, right? Arthur probably have to wait for a while. We have a lot of series before Arthur. Yes! Win! My Chinese got better. I probably won't be able to read that if it's like a few years back. Atlantis PR. You know who needs a PR? Maya needs a PR. Anubis needs a PR. Anubis especially. Right, like imagine Anubis' active skill now is actually SR Loki's passive. What is he doing? He's a black card. What rank am I in arena? I'm only legend. I'm not king because I have not played. I didn't play arena for 2 days because I just can't be bothered anymore. So I kind of realized, right, like the trend of being for the 3 jackpot being leader cards, right, kind of begins quite late into the versions of TOS. Right, like if you talk about the astrology series, which is like Ophiuchus, right? Only Ophiuchus was the legit leader, right? Andromeda wasn't proper leader. And then what's the other one? Lynx. Well, Lynx is, but Lynx is shit. So yeah. So it was not all cards were leader cards. Right? Until it was like maybe Prologue of the Universe, whereby they start to become more legit leader cards after that. Like all 3 are good leaders. Right, so I'm quite curious on how they are gonna do up all the PR for these individual seals. So if we're to base on like the most underwhelming card becoming the jackpot card, so we can kind of anticipate what they will do for PR Cao Cao. Yeah, I'm quite curious for PR Cao Cao. What's the next series getting PR? A bit hard to predict, eh? If I were to say Imperial Warlords, that's a bit too early. I believe they're not gonna do that very soon. It's definitely Sun Guo for Diamond Seal, alright? It's gonna be either Maya or Anubis for black cards for the Genesis series, right? So these 2 are the possible series that gonna get PR. Why is there a health bar above my face cam? So that health bar will decrease for each subscription or donation. So you guys have a chance to put your face up there, right? If my HP bar goes hit 0. It's just a small mini game thing. I don't foresee my HP going all the way to 0, but it's just there for the fun of it. Yeah, and one thing about all these power release, right? They can't power release too quickly because it will catch up with whatever individual seal that is ongoing right now. Well, like imagine if they were to power release like Imperial Warlord, and then after that goes to like the Yamato, is it Sengoku or Yamato series and all this. Then very soon you'll see like PR Mellow, PR Cat Thieves, and PR Eve and whatever. A bit too early for that. What's this? Giganta Maxing changes the game in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay. PR Azatov. Probably wait for the year 2021 if TOS is still around. Then yes, maybe there is PR Azatov. That's gonna be quite disgusting lah, honestly. Probably like instead of dropping enchanted dark runes, it's probably gonna be enchanted dragon runes or something. It's gonna be super OP. What do you think about merging of English and Chinese server? Honestly, it doesn't really concern me because for me, it's good. Can add more friends from the Chinese side, right? Let's hope the new black card won't be like Aria. But I just have to put this out to you guys, right? Aria, standard or not, right? I feel that should draw. Black card should draw. Because, right, the only time that you can get guaranteed black card is during the first appearance of the black card itself, which is 40 draws guaranteed, right? Other than that, there is no guarantee for you, and the only way to get it is through Ancient Seal. And you know how much RNG is that in the Ancient Seal, especially when every individual seal gets added into the Ancient Seal, the pool gets bigger and bigger. So it's a lot harder to draw black cards after that. Like for example, if I were to miss out on Ingzhen, like if I were to miss out on Ingzhen right now, do you know how difficult it is to draw Ingzhen now? It's damn difficult lah, I tell you. Kinda hint some SR if they really put Shadow in the tourney. I never really thought of that. Maybe they are hinting something, but the thing is, are they really gonna SR so soon? You know how much Shadow is needed for this Supreme Reckoning thing? It's like three Shadow per card. Right, so let's say if you were to get Greek Gods SR, that's gonna be 5 cards times, that's 15 shadows, okay? And 15 shadows will cost you, assuming that you don't buy like gift packs or whatever, right? You get everything from the black hole. $15 shadows is 1,800 black keys, okay? Wait, did I type that correctly? Yeah, 15 shadows is 1,800 black keys. Cause one shadow is 120 keys, right? That's crazy lah. That's honestly damn crazy. I almost burn out all my black keys. For the Norse gods, because I tend to play the black hole stages for stupid cards like Candy Gone, just to max out the card as fast as possible. A few ways to do it, right? A few ways to do it is either they lower the cost of Shadow, or they give us more ways to get black keys, or they reduce the number of shadows needed. I kind of have like this suggestion to Madhead, but I can't remember what's their response. Right, so remember that they had this post on asking like how can we better improve the quality of life for beginner players, right? Anyone remember that post? So there was this post asking us how to improve the quality of life of players, or new players, or players in general, right? So my suggestion to them was to give every player like an achievement diary, right? So the achievement diary can range from difficulty, like a beginner, easy, medium, hard, expert, you know, that kind of thing, right? So within each category, right, will have their own like achievement, and when you hit it, you get things like coins, you get like diamonds, you get maybe like shadow for like the expert kind of achievement, right? So it like gives players like a kind of motivation to improve themselves, right? Like for example, for beginner achievement can be things as easy as collecting 10 diamond seal cards draw 10 diamond seal cards, or spin initial 4 combos or initial 3 combos, like just to get them level themselves up a bit, you know, slowly, bit by bit, and then they get rewards for that. So you can go up to like maybe a hard achievement, like doing initial 10 combos and above, right? So you need to use like maybe Aloha active skill to spin the perfect 10 combos and kind of thing. So it kind of make the game a bit interesting, right? Instead of just putting the sort of achievements in the guild event bingo, you know, kind of thing. So players will be like more interested to play, like to hit the achievement, and at the same time like kind of improve their spinning and stuff like that. Had the same idea, me and the boys were talking about it, like a new player guidebook. I feel like the game needs a revamp. Needs a revamp on the early part of the game, right? Like, if we were as old players, right, we have access to the Void Realm, or like the 9th seal, the 10th seal, right? Like when we come to the end game of the end part of the game, right, we at least have some sort of story. Right, like there's some conversation going on in the game. Whereas, in the front part of the game, right, we only have like Glaucs talking to us, like 1-2 sentence and then gone. And then we play the islands, water, fire, earth, like that, the tower. Water, fire, earth, like that, the tower. Then like water, fire, earth, like that, 3rd seal. Then 4th seal. Then 5th seal. You know, it kind of get like very repetitive. And then with cards nowadays, you pretty much one hit KO. Like for example, if you were a beginner, right? If you were a beginner, just started out, and then maybe let's say you just started out during the 武则天 patch. Your first draw, congrats, it's a 武则天. Then you played 武则天. Then you played 武则天 for the rest of your life, right? For the first seal, 2nd seal, 3rd seal, 4th seal. So all you need to do is this. The entire game, right? Like, it's so boring, right? So back then we played like paladins and all this. At least we need to spin some sort of decent combo to kind of take down the boss with a non-existent skill, right? Back then the boss don't even have skill. They just have a bit more HP than the normal mobs, and that's the boss, right? So with cards nowadays, right, like 武则天 and all this, which can kind of do a quick one combo and then deal a lot of damage. For beginners, do you think that they're gonna improve on their spinning by using cards like this? I don't think so. So it's good for like the beginner, like for the 1st seal, 2nd seal, you can put in enemies with skills, honestly. Like even small skills, like maybe above 2 combos, above 3 combos, like skills, but weak, very, very weak skills. At least it improves the spinning of beginners, right? I feel like all these suggestions, right? After like saying all these suggestions, I feel like just flying down to Hong Kong, talk to Terry, like, yo, the start of the game is so boring. Like honestly, if I were a new player starting off TOS like right now at their 6th anniversary, right, I'll feel very bored. Right, number 1, the starting part of TOS is very boring, and number 2, they have like no warning whatsoever. The ultimate stage is like this, this crazy ass stage, right? And then new players probably go in without knowing. For me, I can't access to. I mean, new players can't access ultimate stage because they don't have enough stamina, right? Because they don't even have 50 stamina. But me back then, when I was a newbie, I was so excited when I got 50 stamina, right? Like your stamina has been extended to 50 stamina. I'm like, holy shit! I can try that stage that I have not been able to access, right? So I tapped into the Saruman ultimate stage, and then I died horribly. Even though the first stage was all small gnomes, and that is the small gnomes that I see in the normal stages. So I'm like, not bad. I think it's quite should be quite an easy stage. And then I got my ass kicked, right? So no warning whatsoever. Once I got my friend to play TOS, he got Izanagi back then. Spoiled him so much he can't even spin properly. I feel Izanagi is okay because it only generates the bottom row, right, with one set of heart and one set of earth. So that's fine. And Izanagi doesn't have heart possess effect of earth, right? So it's still a pure playstyle. It's still okay. So it kind of assists them in doing extra combos because they already have 2 combos made for them, which is fine. Because I believe when my girlfriend started out, she had some auto generation card as well, because I can't remember what card is it. So it kind of like assisted her in doing more combos. But you see, like cards like Wu Zetian that just gives you runes when you just swipe. That's not very beginner friendly in terms of learning the game. What time am I streaming till? Probably like 10:30, 10:45. That's the latest. Like today is just a chill stream with some TOS discussion. That's about it. Do you think it's a good idea to put certain condition on drawing cards for beginners, like this allowing newbies from getting OP cards? I don't think that's necessary, because if they don't know how to use the card properly, it's still shit. Right? Like for example, like I can see people like putting like picture a beginner drawing Pompey, right? And then after that, Pompey team members are Molly, I don't know, a slime that is not fire attribute, you know. It's still a nonsense team, right? So yeah, you can have very good cards, but if you don't know how to use it, the entire team is still bad. So by having like cards, good cards for them, right? They need to learn how to utilize it to the best of their current deck or whatever. Like for me back then, one very good example is back then when I first drew the Enchantress, right? Sus was a nightmare for me because I need to constantly do above 4 combos, right? If not, I don't do anything at all. So I was very scared to use Sus. So in the end, I had Surs, which is a very good card, but I did not use her at all. She was just inside my inventory because I was like, I'm so paranoid to activate her because if I don't do 4 combos, I don't do anything. Then the enemy attacks me and then I die. You know, I had that kind of like phobia back then. So yeah, you still have to train. Even if you have a good card, you still need to know how to use it. So yeah, I guess it's still fine if newbies have good cards or OP cards. It doesn't really matter. Maybe if they decide to put specific dialogue in stages, that would be awesome. Like the old Fallen Halo Transmigration. Yes, definitely. I mean, I don't think that's gonna take a lot of effort for them to do. Cersei? Is it really Cersei? I've been like, or whatever lah. She's like the worst. I dislike her the most out of all the 3 Enchantress. It's really hard for new players to start TOS. They need a fan-made guide to help, or else they won't get to skill level up a card. Yes. The thing is, right, I can see Madhead is putting in the effort to try to teach new players how to play the game, right? I can see they try to do like YouTube videos, like how to skill level up cards and stuff like that. But honestly, if you really start a game, like let's say if not a hardcore gamer, okay, like just a general person who come across TOS and just download the game for fun, do you think that they will really go and search for the TOS Facebook page? Do you think that they will really go and search the TOS YouTube channel? No. Which means that the guides that they're doing is all for nothing, right? Because the Facebook page supposedly links them to the YouTube channel, which gives them the guide. But then, if they don't do step 1, the whole thing's gone, right? So, the best is to incorporate the guides into the game so that the players can really like see it as compared to having some sort of external guide. And one thing about TOS is like I find that as a beginner, right, I think there's too many things to learn, right? Like when we first started out, we don't really need to learn. We don't even have amelioration. We don't even have power release. We don't have dragon wear. We don't have dragonic compulsion. Like all this was just added in halfway through, and then we have the luxury of learning it one by one slowly. But beginners come in, Matt is like, here's a craft. Here's a power release material. Then they'll be like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all this? Oh my god, how many soy pudding I need to farm. I'm lucky I have a hardcore TOS friend to help when I begin playing. Actually, all you need is really like a good ally. Like back then, I set a very general ally for my friend to use. I can't really remember. I think it's Chaos. Yeah, I think it was Chaos. Because like as long as you have 4 races, then it works, right? All runes possess effect of 50%, I think. So that was a good beginner ally for him to use. in real life friend that teach me tips and tricks. Yeah, I mean that too lah. I mean, I know my friend in real life also. But the thing is, the tips and tricks that you give, right? I mean that the person give, right? Some beginners can't really catch on to it. Like, you know, like I have this friend that have, I'm not sure whether you're gonna call it coordination problem. Like he can't really like see what's going on the screen. Like I just say that when you move the rune, basically one rune just switch place with the other. Like this. He don't understand. He's like, huh? I'm like, okay, just go play Candy Crush, okay? Given the popularity of Ingzhen, do you think there will be another banner dedicated just for him? Maybe in a few black card events time. Like, remember like how Atlantis and Sanzang came back? Yeah, probably gotta wait a bit longer. Ingzhen won't be back. The only way to get him now is probably Ancient Seal. I'll go offline first. Have been waking up early and lack of sleep. Alright, have a good rest, Alice. See you in Singapore somewhere soon. In a few months' time, probably. I started with Dragon Team when Novelist and Ursula are not yet released. Ooh, was it viable back then though? Without Novelist and Ursula, I thought Novelist and Ursula was the starting point of dragons. Before that was ethereal dragons, you know. How that wasn't playable, from what I remember. Like using Fawn and the rest of the ethereal dragons is not really gonna have a lot of damage and recovery from what I remember. But there was a bulk HP lah back then. Before the Novelist Ursula period, I think it was more of Zodiacs. I think Zodiacs came out already. Then those leader cards were very popular. For example, like Poppy, Aquarius. All these were a popular pick because as compared to Norse gods, right? Zodiac have recovery boost, so there was more survivability. Yeah, other than that, it was just any team, ally Tati, or just Archimandrite or Great Schema back then. Low-key ally Tati back then so OP. If you look at my 12 Zodiacs extra, almost more than half of the videos were Loki Tati, but just a different setup. It was so hilarious. I can't even can't believe I create all the videos with just Loki Tati back then. Played this game just for the sake of Big Bang collaboration. I was quite shocked about the Big Bang collaboration. I'm like, what? And it was received quite badly. I think a lot of people hated Big Bang back then. No idea why. I read EN and Chinese TOS combining into one app. So it's all in one server now, or just one app, two server? Okay, the thing is not happening now. It's just to inform you guys first. It's not happening instantly, right? But it's gonna be one app, one server. I think it's gonna kickstart the end of July. I think it will start from the end of July. bad luck to draw a mono leader, and all I have are Ethereal Dragons plus Defense Dragon. Alright, Defense Dragon. I forgot about Defense Dragon. Oh my god, they are so useless back then. I did use Meta Blaze as a leader back then, just to clear. I use Meta Blaze as leader, and then I ally Hydro Metallic Dragon. Wow, that was crazy, man. That was damn crazy. That was a super grind team back then. English and Chinese arena combined, is it harder for players to get consistent diamonds? Okay, it's not confirmed that the arena is going to be combined. It might be the same as guild event, that it is separated, but yeah, we have to wait for Medhead confirmation on this. Wasn't there a stage where you need tons of damage and everybody was using Metallic Uranus as leader? Yeah, but back then there wasn't Metallic Uranus. It was a card that was added a lot later into the game. Back then was just the 5 metallic, as in the 5 attribute metallic dragons, and then Uranus was like the boss of the 5 metallic dragons, which is kind of like the king slime. King slime? Gluttonous slime. King slime is Maple Story, holy shit. Yeah, it's like the gluttonous slime of the metallic dragons. And one of my biggest regrets back then was to feed my great schema of Dark. I think about 3 harpies. 3 harpies to max skill. Ouch. I remember using Earth Leader Ally Wukong just to throw 6 dimes to clear Nihawk 5th seal. Well, that's one way to do it. I cleared Nihawk with Great Schema of Earth, Ally Great Schema of Fire. So I had a HP boost and a recovery boost with no damage boost. So it was a super grindy stage. I think it took me about 1 hour to clear it. The overheal part. Oh my god, that was like one of my nightmares. Because honestly, back then there wasn't a stable overheal team. There wasn't an overheal team back then. Right, so you have to really like dissolve hard runes, constantly dissolve hard runes to get through the shield. I wish Diablo VR really loved the overheal damage. One thing they need to fix about overheal is they need to go past Enchanted Shield, because if not, this overheal thing is very very bad for VR Diablo. He won't be viable as well. At least allow it to bypass Enchanted Shield if you dissolve Enchanted Heart Runes, right? At the very least do that, because if not, he's just this super useless card. Like once you run into an Enchanted Shield, that's it. You can't overheal. The time using Media as leader, but activate her skill, make everything go skull, so I sold her. Right, back then I had a friend which is like my senior in TOS. He quit already, by the way. So he told me that this Enchantress series was a new series, and I was super lucky to got it. To got like Cersei as my first Enchantress. Then after that came Cassandra. Then after that he was so angry. He was like, "Dude, you have like the two best card in the game." Then I'm like, okay, but I don't know how to use it. Then after they say, all you need is the fire one, the fire one. Then I'm like, okay. Then one day, back then I was the kind of player that when I have nothing to do, I go and draw a card. Right, so I had this feel. I'm like, okay, I shall draw a card now. And then I got Media. So I kind of like completed the entire series. And that's when I started my Trojan setup with Paladin King of Dark as my leader, and then with the 3 Enchantress. And Earth, because I was so scared of everything. Because it's a Trojan team. When was the first time you felt that Dazi become obsolete? Okay, so after a certain time, right, they were promoting leader same as ally, right? Like for example, Norse and Norse, right? And then after that we have the introduction of Blood Fiends, Elizabeth, Belle, Jackie, all this, right? Which requires you to play leader same as ally, right? To get like the full effect. So after that, they kind of force you to do that until a point that Dazi wasn't really useful anymore, because you can't really, well you can, but they like strongly recommend you to play leader same as ally. So that's when like Dazi slowly died down. Even though her leader skill was good lah back then, there was just no place to utilize it. Any idea what's the new crossover? I wish I know. But unfortunately, I don't work with Madhead. I don't work for Madhead. I believe it's gonna be a super old anime again. I somehow got this vibe. That it's gonna be Inuyasha. I don't know why. I don't watch the anime, but I just have this feeling that it's Inuyasha. Don't mark my words for it, okay? Don't mark my words for it. If it's really Inuyasha, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Do you think the release of black cards is too frequent? Back then it was okay. It's getting more frequent now. So yes, actually it is getting quite frequent. Right, like Arya wasn't too long ago, and it came out of nowhere. Right, like at least this beast looking card thing, right, is being teased to us now. Right, like Arya didn't have any teaser. It just boom, here's a black card with big boobs and like out of nowhere, you know, like before the Senseiya collaboration, everybody was saving diamonds. They know that collaboration is coming, save diamonds, and then Madhead is like, here's a black card. Then people have to decide whether to spend money on Arya or spend money on Senseiya. Then those players that spend money on Arya probably regretted, you know. Idun Dragon Egg for ultimate stage. Oh, that's another Tumblr card. Well, but let's super grind lah. Let's not talk about old school grind team. It can really take up to a few hours to clear one ultimate stage, or Soul Master back then. There have been rumors that MedHate is gonna collapse financially throughout these years. Any indications? My thoughts. I believe they are still earning big bucks. Really, they are really earning a lot. I tell you right, if they were to ditch English server, right, like they say, okay, I don't want to merge English server. I just don't want the English server altogether, right? They can still survive solely with the Chinese server, right? Let's just do a quick calculation for you guys, okay? Let's say there is about 5,000 hardcore players. Is that enough? 6,000? 8,000? I think there should be about 8,000, right? If you were to calculate like the entire Chinese server, there should be at least 8,000 hardcore players, right? So then this is excluding the small players that maybe every month they will buy the monthly package, or maybe just purchase a few diamonds just to trigger the purchase reward. Let's exclude them. Okay, let's just talk about the big spenders. 8,000 of them. Every patch, which is about 1.5 months, right? So let's just make an average of 1 month. 1 month, they buy 150 diamonds 2 times. Okay, 300 diamonds. How much is that? 300 diamonds you buy. Oh shit, how much is that? 150 diamonds is about $120. So 300 diamonds is about 240. Right? You times 8,000 of these dedicated players. Look at this. Okay, you're earning this much a month. Okay, I'm not sure whether that's gonna be a lot for a company scale, but that's like just a rough example. And then imagine they can host things like TGS, Taiwan Game Show, all these. These are not cheap events, you know. These are not cheap events. So which means that they have the money to host all these events. And imagine like they hire so many MedHate girls, they need to pay them, you know. So, and then you have this like whole MedHate girls voting contest, and you can vote based on the amount of diamonds you have. Then people will start buying diamonds. People love the MedHate girls, they'll buy diamonds. They'll probably buy even more than 300 diamonds. Right? So that's a lot of money going into their pockets, okay? I don't think they are losing money lah. They are just probably using the money somewhere else. Probably making a new game, or I don't know. They have a black card for each new series they release. No lah, I don't think it's that exaggerated lah, but I can agree that the black cards are getting more and more frequent. But if they were to come out one every patch, right, that's too much already, because you need to draw for a new series, you need to draw for a black card. If you were to add everything together, if you are very unlucky, right, you're going to get 35 draw guaranteed for the series and 40 draws guaranteed for the black card. That's 75 draws guaranteed, you know. How much is that? 35 plus 40. 75 draws. 750 diamonds. Right? That's a lot of money, okay? The quality of black cards is deteriorating. Hope they keep it rare, but quality. It's not deteriorating lah. The only thing that's deteriorating is Aria. Aria was bad, but the rest of the cards were okay. I mean, I'm a very neutral person, okay? If MedHate created something shit, I'll just say something shit. But if it's good, then I'll say it's good lah. I'm not taking sides lah, even though I'm like an official streamer or whatever. I like to give my genuine opinion. Honestly, for black card, the only thing that was quite disappointing was Aria. The rest of the black cards were okay when they first came out. When they first came out, it was okay. Even Maya was okay when it first came out. Right? Aria was a big no lah. For its meta, for that current meta, it was a big no. But Maya back then was strong as well. Maya can clear Qi you know. Yeah, and not forgetting collector's deck. At least collector deck is not as frequent. Don't forget we still have the Savant series that haven't come out. We only have Light Savant, so we are still missing the other 4. So they are probably gonna be in collector's deck as well. Show my card. How many card? How many cards do you? I have like so many cards in my inventory. I can't possibly show everything. I literally have every single card in the game. If you were to exclude all the small mobs evolution, then yes, I have everything in the game. A few copies of it. People actually spend money on diamonds to vote for Mad Hate Girls. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I swear to God, they do. Like back then, I had 300, 400 diamonds. Okay, 300, 400 diamonds, which means that I have 300 to 400 votes. Right, I threw everything on one Mad Hate Girl. I didn't even get in the top 100 votes, you know, which means that more than 100 players have voted more votes than me, which is more than 300, 400 votes, which means that they had more diamonds than that. About collector's deck, try to draw with bounty mindset. If you were to bounty for collector deck, you can be quite you should be quite sway already lah. For Hongling's collector deck, I think I got Hongling in 12th draw. So that's not so bad. That's half the collector's deck, but not that bad. Do you know that Hongling is actually Mad Hate Girl as well? Yes, I know her in person. Not that close, but I know her in person. Do you know that English TOS is migrating through or fake? Yes, it's true. It's going to take place at the end of the month. Go see the video by Sing, collect vote for Qiao Qiao. Did he? I mean, I'm not surprised lah, because they are in Taiwan, right? They are very, very close. Like the Chinese streamers and the Mad Hate Girls, they are very close. They are close to the point that they can just stream together, they can go out and eat together, you know, that kind of thing. So they have like a bond on their own. So when English streamers like us, we fly over for like TGS and stuff like that, we find a bit we're kind of like isolated lah. So yeah, we don't have much connections. But I think being a Chinese streamer also a bit stressed lah, because you know every Mad Hate Girls, right? And then if you are so biased on one, right, I think the others will probably hate you also lah. Yeah, imagine if you're Paising, then you're like asking people to vote for like Qiao Qiao, for example. Then I'm sure they are close with other Mad Hate Girls, like for example Qiao Qiao, Candice or whatever, you know. They'll probably think like, why are you so biased, right? Is there a Singaporean Mad Hate Girl? You wait long lah. Not official one lah. Hi Glenn, welcome to the live stream. Mic volume very low. Please turn it up a bit more. How about this? Mad Hate forgot Impurity of Egypt series. I'm very sure they forgot about it because that water card there looks exactly like Cleopatra. Okay, I have no idea what's going on now. I'm like, Um, that's Cleopatra. I don't care. That's Cleopatra. Holy shit! I've been grinding guild event for like 1.5 hours. I'm probably the top of the list already. I'm probably the top contributor of my guild now. My god. Is Kerr a potential man girl? Will Aaron allow? I'll allow. The thing is, I don't think she'll be interested in doing such a big scale event. That's the thing. And that's not up to us to decide anyways. Everybody's so concerned about the migration thing. The migration thing is fine, don't worry. Follow the steps given to do the migration and you're done. We're all in one big server now. Right? I think that it's not gonna be that bad lah, okay. I believe like they're just gonna open up more server capacity because they need to hold everybody in one server now. To kind of like prevent the server from crashing and all these things. Heard Terry say there will be a new game in TGS. When do you hear that? You mean recently, like this year TGS? Or what? How come I don't know anything about it? When was last time we see Kerr on Aaron's stream? Yeah, it's been a while actually. She's busy lah. She's very busy also, so she don't really have the time to come down and like draw cards and live stream. If Madhead were to pull off like a Sailor Moon collaboration, she will fly here immediately. I tell you. This year TGS, Madhead mentioned that there's a new game. I do know that they're having some new game in production, but they never mention like when is it ready and stuff like that. I'm not putting too high hopes on it because their second game, Chronos Gate, GG. Their third game, Oneric Tales, GG. So I'm like, dude, the amount of money you use on these extra games, man, use it to further advertise for TOS, right? Like, market it into the US side of the world, market it to other countries other than Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, right? Do that, and then your game will be even bigger. Like, why do a second game and stuff like that, right? Like, all this requires money. You need to hire people to do the design and all this for the second. Everything is from scratch. Like, you have a successful game. Why don't you build on it? Why don't you advertise it more? It's already 6 years and running. You know it's good. Why you wanna do everything from scratch again? Right? I heard it's like a MMORPG kind of thing. I'm like, is that really like the trend for mobile games? Okay, mobile games. Migrating characters from Chronos Gate to TOS. Yes, they can. In fact, I feel that they kind of like borrowed ideas from their old games already. Right, like, remember back then, I'm not sure if you guys saw my Facebook post back then, when they post a picture of Wu Zetian. Then after that, they caption, guess what is the next series. So back then I had like a feel that they're borrowing something from Oneric Tales, their third game. right? Because they had this scientist series which consists of like Newton, Edison, Marie Curie, and all this, right? So they had this scientist series in TOS, like with Einstein and all this, right? So it's like I'm like, isn't this like the series from Honoric Tales? And then after that they show this Wu Zetian, a photo of Wu Zetian. I mean, obviously back then we didn't know it was Wu Zetian, but they gave us a hint that it is a lady, a historical figure, right? So I was thinking, Honoric Tales, after the scientist series came this Empress series as well, right? So within the series there was Wu Zetian and Cleopatra. So I was guessing maybe it's an Empress series. I was quite close lah. I got 2 cards correct, which is Cleopatra and Wu Zetian. So that was pretty close enough. I was quite happy with that guess, right? And they kind of teased the silhouette of the jackpot card Eve. I guess Eve as well, but nobody believed me because they say, but it was a historical character. Eve is not real. But then it's Eve. Tesla in Honoric Tale look alike Socrates in TOS. Tesla. Not really lah, but you know they kind of have like this. Definitely a borrowed idea. Will they have Adam to pair Eve? Better not be a black card, as long as it's not a black card. But Eve is demon though. You'll never expect her to be demon race. Right, so I'll be closing the stream in 5 minutes. Right, I think we have quite a bit of discussion regarding the merger of 2 servers as well as some other TOS concerns that we have. Right, so if you guys have any other questions, you do within these 5 minutes, I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Alright, and then after that, I'll close the stream and I'll probably stream another time when I'm free. Right, I can't promise when's the next stream, but definitely I'll try my best to stream as early as possible. What about the time zone issue? I heard someone mention that everybody will be GMT +8, which is Singapore Malaysia time, official Singapore Malaysia time. So no more early recording for me, and yeah, nobody can upload in advance anymore because the stage are not open for us as well. If the black card is debuting on 15 July, then yes, I will live on 15 July. Probably a giveaway as well. I can't promise now, but there might be a giveaway, so keep your eyes open on my Facebook page. So you might be able to get a free black card from my giveaway if there is one. So keep your eyes peeled for that announcement, alright? Prima Deity is very useless to me. It's like it is not one-way ticket to get Pangu. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, at least one of the clearing thing was Siwang Mu, one of the Prima Deities, but it's not the 1% card, right? So, haha, jokes on Prima Deities. Will it be unfair for those not in our region like UK, US? Yes, definitely lah, but I'm not sure like why are they not being considerate of other time zones? Like they know that they have players from like the other side of the world, but if they want to fix a time zone, right, this means that they are gonna have very awkward timing for ultimate stage and stuff. Right, I wonder when's the next patch. I can't wait for the next patch because this patch has been very underwhelming with primal deities and stuff. I believe that those who have drawn primal deities will feel that they have like kind of wasted their money. I'm with you guys, okay? Very, very, very bad. Right, so one way to look at when the patch will end, right, is the rewards from Arena. So if you, oh my god, 25 days, 21 days. Wow, that's damn long. 3 more weeks before the patch ends. That's freaking long, man, my gosh. Good to save out diamonds, yes, but what else do we have for primal deities? I don't think they have anything in stock for primal deities anymore, right? Do we still have an ultimate stage for primal deities? Like this week is a repeat ultimate stage, and then next week is probably, is it next week? 15 July? 15 July is next Monday, which means they're gonna launch this black card. Then after that, I don't know what ultimate stage is there for 19 July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Which means that this patch will last all the way to the end of July. Xing Tian. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. There's no Hanyu pinyin, but yeah, I think, yeah, I remember there's one missing card. Not sure what is it. Maybe an ultimate stage, maybe a horror stage. Horror stage would be good because there's not much farming needed. Right, they just hit the score, get a skill 10, hunt, farm 5, pray for extra skill up, done. Skill 12, done. Probably prevent CM point from dropping. I don't think so. Honestly, I think that this entire series is gonna be so bad. Like, they had the horror, they had the nightmare stage already, but this nightmare stage card, this Pangu card, is it really helping primal deities? A bit. Not really. Don't really have much synergy to begin with. Do I have 5 soy pudding now? Yes, I have 5 soy pudding. Pray for my skill level up, guys. Right, so with this, I'm gonna end the live stream already. 5. From skill 8. From skill 8, how many levels can we jump? Oh my god, that was so much farming eh. That was that was like 1.5. No, that was almost 2 hour worth of guild event farming. And then I only had five soy pudding. Maybe an experiment for the collab cards or incoming series. I feel that this primal deities, right, is either is overall a bad card, or Madhead is playing super smart to make this series like a prerequisite for future series. Like maybe these cards will be useful in the future with other series. That's probably thinking too much ahead. I don't think Madhead have ever planned so far before. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's see whether this thing jumps. Skill 10, at least, please. At least jump 1. Oh! Oh! Oh shit! He jumped 4 levels eh. Hey, done lah. I'm done with guild event lah, guys. Yes, I am done. I'm not touching this thing anymore, man. Holy shit. 8 to 12. Well, that's gonna be like in my one of my record breaking skill level ups. Holy shit. That's 4 eh. Cause they're all skill level 8. No. The first one you get is skill 8. The rest of it is all skill 1. It's not all skill 8, I swear. This series only have Full C as a good member to Fire North and Amaterasu. Yeah, true. Like, jackpot cards, right? Sometimes they can't last long as a leader, but they can still be useful. They can still be useful for as a member. Like for example, like Senseiya, right? You can still use Hyoga, you can still use Seiya and what's the other one? Shiryu as a member for their respective attribute. So, you know, still can use as a member. But do you think you can use Nuwa? You can use Si Wang Mu as a member? No, I don't think so. You have 2 with skill level 8. Then why is it mine was all skill 1? Is it a bug or something? All soy pudding job are level 8? No, I swear mine was skill 1. I can't backtrack now, but okay, the first one I got was skill 8. The second one I got up, I'm very sure it was not skill 8, it was skill 1. So that's why I got so demoralized trying to farm this card. Unless they fixed it. Unless there was a bug and they fixed it. But whatever lah, it was max level already, so I swear when I end work, I went to fight this soy pudding. It was, yes, it's a bug, right? Yeah, okay lah, make me so happy. I thought, wow, suddenly my luck so good eh. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the. Okay, I'm curious how much guild points I have now. Foo! Number 1, okay. Oh, only 5,600. Oh my god, all that. Guess I'm done lah. Okay. Right, so that's gonna be concluding the stream already. Alright, I supposed to end at 11, but anyways. Had fun farming the guild event and answering to some of your burning questions regarding the merger of servers. Right, so my next stream is most likely gonna be next Monday for the black card draws. Right, this Friday maybe not for the ultimate stage, right? But when Madhead gives like the green light to do a giveaway for the black card, I'll be sure to post an announcement immediately on my Facebook page, right? So you guys know when am I doing the giveaway, what time is it, right? So you guys tune in, and then I have a chance to give you one of the latest black card, right? So don't worry about the merger too much, the merging of the server too much, right? All we need to do is to pray for Madhead to not lose our data along the way, and then we're all good, right? We're gonna merge with the Chinese server, and then we can add Chinese server players as friends. I think it's gonna be quite a nice experience, right? So with that, I'm gonna be ending the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's no new content, but it's just a chill night with you guys. Alright, so thanks for joining. See you guys next stream. Bye bye.